guys, my name is Rasmus Mutafian, and we're going to talk about the recent case news of our beloved GHS teacher. GHS teacher Sarah Morrison was in major trouble with the police department because she was caught speeding on a road from Exeter to G Prime. However, she was found innocent today because of our defense members that used mathematical calculations to prove her innocence. Now we're going to go ahead and talk to them for more explanations. Now we're going to go ahead and talk to our defense team. This is Armina Karatunian. Hello, sir. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Can you give us a little more information on how you proved Sarah Morrison's innocence, please?
Oh, of course, yeah. It was a ridiculous case. I mean, it was all a sham, of course. We're very proud of our victory. Now, we'll show you right now.
Okay. Armina, during the Exhibit A, Officer Titeman mentioned that Sarah Morrison went from Exeter to G Prime in 2 hours and 18 minutes. He also asserted that that is a very short amount of time to travel a safe speed limit. How did you overturn that evidence and prove it fake using your calculations? Can you explain that to us?
Oh, of course. 2 hours and 18 minutes, it's about 2.3 hours. Now, to travel 100 miles in 2.3 hours, that could be done at an average velocity of 43.5 miles per hour. That is well below the speed limit. So, of course, Exhibit A gets essentially thrown out. It does not prove any guilt on Miss Morrison's part.
Very nice, Armina. Let's go ahead to the other exhibits. Miss Armina, if it was only for Exhibit A, Sarah Morrison would have been proven innocent a long time ago.
Right.
However, Prosecutor Jerry Berggren brought in more exhibits and evidence to show that she went over the speed limit. How did you use your calculations to prove both of those exhibits false?
Right.
Can you explain more about that, please?
Yeah, of course. So the prosecutors decided not to make it very easy on us. So they brought in exhibits B and C. They demonstrated her total distance that she traveled from Exeter to DXDT, and then from DXDT to D prime. Now, naturally, one has to check the veracity of these graphs. So we looked at the interval that started Exhibit C, which was S of 1. However, plugging S of 1 into Exhibit B, where she was reportedly at DXDT, the same town where this interval begins, yields different results. In the first graph of Exhibit B, S of 1 equals to 46 miles. However, in S of 2, it equals to 48 miles. If this is the same town,
how is that possible?
This is simply impossible, unless DXDT somehow figured out teleportation or how to exist in two parts of space at the same time. So
how did you make both of those exhibits being thrown away, since just one of them could have been wrong, right?
Of course. But the thing is,
however, if one is false, then the other one must be false too.
Why?
Since both data were retrieved from the same cameras. So therefore, none of them are final.
Oh, so if they made a false statement with the camera over here, then they could have made a wrong statement over here too, right?
Exactly. They're
exactly correct.
Thank you very much. That was nice evidence. Ms. Armina, we already know that all the exhibits were thrown away, the previous three. But however, there were more. There's another one exhibit that was presented, right?
Right.
Exhibit D. How did you overturn that one also?
Okay. So in like a last-ditch attempt to fabricate evidence to prove Miss Morrison guilty, they decided to show us a velocity graph. Now that clearly shows her exceeding the speed limit forwards or backwards.
Yeah, a lot of times I see it. Yeah.
Right. Now, however, when you take the integrals, the total area traveled between each of these intervals, like so, this combination of total distances traveled, which adds up to 117 miles, the distance from Exeter to G prime is only 100 miles. That can't be right. Even with the negative mileage, this is still a total displacement graph. You can't explain this with total distance.
So it doesn't work with her distance, the road, because it's 100 miles and this is 118.
Of course
So
not.
this got thrown out because of that also, right?
Of course, this was a blatant attempt at fabricating evidence.
And after this, they couldn't present any more exhibits, so Miss Morrison was proven innocent at that time, right?
Of course. The only thing they had was that she could have traveled at an average velocity, and they couldn't
But how
prove
are we going to
otherwise.
prove that?
They
didn't
couldn't
have
prove
enough
otherwise.
evidence, right?
Correct.
Okay, thank you very much. Congratulations on your case again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're very
Saved
proud.
our GHS student Sam Morrison from Washington. Thank you very much, sir.